What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
He's your host, the hot commodity.
And who are you?
I'm his hot commodity, Aunt B.
Smoking Amp.
Smoking Aunt B.
And today we're saying goodbye to 2025.
Revving up our time machine.
And traveling back to the Attitude Years.
Before Donald Trump.
Before Donald Trump was president.
Before COVID.
Before
cell phones.
And AI. Before AI. That's probably the most important thing that's happening right now. AI.
Before when only cool people were gay.
Yeah. So we're traveling back to the year 2001. We've covered December 97 to December 2000, seasons 1 through 3. That's in the archives on YouTube. And we're currently covering season 4. But before we talk about WWE, there were some things that happened on this date that we're covering, which is March 8th, 2001. On March 8, 2001, the STS-102 mission aboard Space Shuttle Discovery launched, carrying the expedition crew of International Space Station Expedition 2, and also delivered the first multi-purpose logistic module named Leonardo with supplies and equipment for the station.
This was before Oprah's lesbian lover went to space.
Gail, yeah, this was her first. I don't know much about
Katy
that.
Perry.
So.
Yeah, I've heard of the Discovery, though. It was like a big thing.
On March 8th, also, the U.S. Department of Energy under Secretary Spencer Abraham announced that the U.S., Canada, and Mexico would form a North American Energy Working Group to develop a comprehensive energy strategy and facilitate cross-border electricity trade. Interesting. It was also International Women's Day on this day, so thank you, Trish, and all the women. And also on this day, Melanie C. of the Spice Girls announced that she did not intend to do any more work with the Spice Girls. Mel C. So Ginger left back in like 2000.
But spoiler, they do get back together and do a big performance at the Olympics.
Yeah, they even do a stadium tour too in like 2019 in England. So they do get back together. But Mel C is sporty, right?
I thought Mel C was the black one with
Scary.
the big hair.
Let me see.
I'm not sure.
No, Mel C is Sporty Spice.
Okay.
Because remember, she did that song, I come to you like the weather comes into
Oh, yeah.
I turn to you.
I Turn to You. That was a big dance, gay techno.
That happens after this, after she leaves. But
I need some love like I never needed love.
She needed to go on her own to do that.
So
that's what happened on that date. Nothing too crazy, but, you know. So we're covering SmackDown.
We do have a big shot like Linda McMahon in a psych home.
We do.
In the loony bin.
We do. Poor Linda.
The lunatic asylum, as they used to say in Britain.
The WWF SmackDown show is coming to you live from Washington, D.C. WWF Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boyz, who just won the titles on Raw, are defending against the former champions, the Dudley Boyz. And we saw Christian interfere in that match last week on Raw to help the Hardys win. During this match, Lita hits Bubba Ray Dudley with a flying Hurricane Rana. However, the Dudleys land a 3D to Jeff Hardy, but Christian shows up and pulls the referee out of the ring, which allows Matt to land a reverse twist of fate, and the Hardys retain the championships. After, though, the Dudley Boyz grab Christian, deliver a what's up headbutt to Christian's balls, and then land a 3D, well, not a 3D, Bubba super power bombs Christian through a table. So Christian, Edge has been injured since the No Way Out match, but Christian has been fucking with the Dudley Boyz. But why do you think he's helping the Hardys? Do you think he likes the Hardys? Or
I think he thinks they have a better chance of winning the belts from the Hardys. Okay. Also, you know something I've noticed about Lita is that randomly she does heelish things like Hurricane Ranas to people when the Hardys are fighting them. And that's kind of heelish. You know, it's not like fair, like... I've noticed she's done that a few times. Just kind of like, if they're losing, she'll do that to help them out, and that's kind of a heelish move.
All right, so you think heel?
So I think it kind of
Lita's a heel.
Yeah, I mean deep down.
Well, she cheated on Matt, so we see Debra backstage talking to Vince McMahon, and she's upset with how he treated Trish Stratus last week. But Vince decides to call Trish trash. and says that, Trish could have said no the entire time. And Deborah's also upset that she has to manage WWF Champion The Rock with her husband being Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Vince says, you know what, you could go back to Texas and be a housewife and not be a manager. And Deborah's like, no, I'm fine. I'll keep
I find their relationship very interesting because I feel like if it was anybody else, Vince would be like, who are you? But I think he doesn't cross that line because he knows who her husband is.
I mean, after all this shit.
I mean, if anybody else was like, I don't like the way you treated, your wife or Trish, he'd be like, who the fuck are you? But he knows better. He don't want to get stunned.
You're right. Maybe Austin's going to come out. All right. We see WWF Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho defending against Val Venis with the right to censor. And Ivory, the women's champion, joins commentary for the match. And Michael Cole and Taz keep bringing up China. And they say that there's a rumor that China is going to be back for the women's title. And Ivory's like, that's just a rumor.
We've also yet to find out what Val Venis did.
He fucked with the cat. That's pretty much what he did. They're not going to say that, Ian, but that's what he did.
Okay.
Right to censor attack Chris Jericho on the floor. Then the Acolytes come out the APA to even the odds, and they brawl with the right to censor. Steven Richards super kicks Jericho, but he kicks out, and Jericho hits Val Venis with a lion salt to retain the Intercontinental Championship. But what did you think of Ivory kind of getting in Taz's face and talking about China, how it's a rumor, she's not coming back, and the APA has an issue with the right to censor?
I think this is a definite hint that we're going to get them at WrestleMania.
Okay.
And I think it's tied. I'm pretty sure that when the next fight they have, China's tearing her up and winning that belt.
The ninth wonder of the world, man. She wants Ivory. Chris Benoit confronts the Radicalz backstage, and he challenges them each to a gauntlet match. So we have Chris Benoit taking on Perry Saturn in the first match. Benoit wins after Perry accidentally runs into Terry Runnels, who was on the apron, and then Benoit applies the crossface. Saturn kicks out. Then Benoit takes on Dean Malenko, who's the light heavyweight champion. Dean Malenko rolls up Benoit, but Benoit reverses it and defeats Malenko with an inside cradle. So Malenko's gone. And then we have the match that people are looking forward to, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. But before the match can happen, Saturn and Malenko attack Benoit with Perry Saturn landing a flying elbow drop. Eddie lands a brain buster and a frog splash, and Eddie Guerrero defeats Chris Benoit with some help from the Radicalz. Now, it's interesting because Benoit's doing something kind of heelish, right? Like, he's turning on the Radicalz. He's not really, he wants to be friends with them. But the Radicalz are bad guys here. So do you think who's right here? The Radicalz for jumping Benoit, or Benoit for not wanting to do with them?
It's hard because I feel like Chris Benoit could become a face, but it's weird because I feel like Eddie's kind of becoming the face. It's very hard to tell. And, it's only because, spoiler, you're never going to see a gauntlet match where it doesn't end in the last match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think there's ever been one. I've never seen one. It always is going to be the last person. And they're going to save the rivalry for the last one. But I don't know. I kind of feel like Eddie's going to, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Either one of them could.
Vince McMahon comes out on the stage and he says, in a moment, I'm going to bring my charming wife, Linda, out. She's currently on medication. Please welcome my wife, Linda, accompanied by the beautiful Trish Stratus.
In the words of Darlene Connor, I want whatever she's on, because that girl is fucked up.
So Trish wheels out Linda. She's in a wheelchair, and she's just, like, looking like the lights are on, no one's home. Like, she's just there.
Yeah, she's basically in a comatose state.
Vince says she can hear everything. She can see everything and hear everything that's going on. So what did my wife think when I asked Trish to get undressed? What did she think when I did all of this to, Trish, made her embarrassed? My wife needs to see more of what I'm capable of. And then Vince and Trish make out in front of Linda.
Despicable.
And Linda's just sitting there in a comatose state. I remember being a kid seeing this again. This was like, I was like, damn, Vince, you're wrong to treat your wife like that.
I mean, who wouldn't be with Trish?
Of course, over Linda any day. But, I mean, it's Vince McMahon, too.
He should have divorced her. But he doesn't want to lose.
He doesn't want to lose 50-50. What do you think is going to come of this?
That's right. They're based from Connecticut. Connecticut is the 50-50 state. I don't know, but I foresee that this is going to go on for a while, and one day they're going to be in the middle of the ring, and Linda's going to stand up and smack him across the face. That's what I feel coming eventually.
Okay.
I mean, I would think it's a pretty safe bet.
She's going to fucking be a
I
walking
also
zombie.
could see possibly Shane getting into the mix here and sticking up for his mom. And I would say Stephanie, but I think Stephanie is on Daddy's side. So I don't know, but I feel like if Vince pushed it far enough where she hates Trish, she might stick up for her. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Next, we see Kurt Angle defeat the WWF European Champion Test after landing a low blow and an Olympic slam. Right after the match, Grandmaster Sexay, excuse me, I had the hiccups, attacks Kurt Angle for Kurt Angle injuring Sky to Hottie, but Angle is able to get the advantage of Sexay, but Test lays out Angle with a big boot. Angle, again, is on this warpath since losing the championship.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to have Angle like run through the mid-carders. I mean, yeah, Test is big, but I don't think he's a real challenger, Kurt Angle. But to show his dominance in this new kind of crazy spree he's on, I think he's going to run through the mid-carders and start breaking people's ankles left and right.
Okay. Next, we have a match where the winner becomes the new WWF Commissioner, William Regal, taking on Al Snow, and Al's got the midgets with him. During the match, the midgets get on the apron, and Regal accidentally runs into them. That just distracts Al Snow, allowing Regal to hit the Regal press, and William Regal is the new WWF Commissioner. After the match, Regal suplexes a midget, and he's been working for Vince McMahon, so we're probably going to see some dirty dealings now that
For
Regal is Commissioner.
And I feel like somehow maybe Al Snow will eventually overcome and take this position. Or also, we do have WrestleMania around the corner, and they keep bringing up Mick Foley. I feel like maybe we have a Mick Foley return coming, so we'll see what happens.
Next, you like this. We see Stephanie McMahon, Helmsley, and Triple H. They run into Vince and Linda backstage.
It was fun.
Triple H is like, "Hi, Mom," mock it.
But he
Linda
was like, "Hi, Mom!"
Yeah,
screaming at her face. It was very, very fun.
Heelish stuff from those two. And then Triple H and Stephanie come out to the ring. Triple H says, "I have been here for 7 years, and no one can stop me. I am the mountaintop. How can you be the best and still not be in the main event? WrestleMania, I've beaten them all, and no one's better than me." And that's when the Undertaker shows up. Taker says, "When you step in this ring, you're in my yard. Bad things happen in my yard. You play the game well, and you may one day run this yard, but it ain't the day today. You say you beat everyone. I ain't the people's champion. I ain't a rattlesnake. I'm the dead man, and if you try me, I'll make you famous. You ain't ever beat me. I don't like, respect, or fear you. Seeing as you're in my yard, I'll break you." So then Triple H tries to go after Taker, but Taker knocks out Triple H and tosses him to the floor. I keep fucking up. I'm burping throughout this whole entire thing.
Okay.
What do you think?
So I was very curious about where Triple H was going to fall into WrestleMania. I think this answered my question. What's the next best thing after the World Championship at WrestleMania at this point is being part of the streak, fighting the Undertaker. He's the most dominant, continual kind of person. And I think this is it's going to be a great rivalry. It definitely gives Triple H something worth fighting for at WrestleMania. Obviously, if you know anything about the Undertaker's streak, you know what's going to happen. But I think they're really going to give each other their money's worth. I'm excited for it, and I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to see a lot of back and forth between them for the next month.
I agree. We're going to see some good stuff on the road. We see Rikishi giving an interview backstage where he says that he promises to give Debra a stink face. So we have that handicap match. Haku and Rikishi versus the WWF Champion The Rock with Debra in his corner. The Rock gets the win after landing a rock bomb to Haku. After the match, Rikishi lands a bonsai drop and goes to The Rock. Goes to give a stink face to Debra. But Stone Cold Steve Austin makes So the save lays out Rikishi with a stunner. Austin leaves the ring, and Debra's still in the ring checking on The Rock, and Austin looks pissed. What did you think?
Yeah. This is a great storyline. I think it's going to cause major issues. I think Stone Cold, more so than worrying about The Rock, should be going after Vince McMahon for doing this to him because, his greatest rivalry is working with his wife, and it's going to create so many complications. And I'm really excited for it. So I think we're going to see some great stuff.
Well, we've covered this episode of SmackDown. We have 6 more episodes to go, right? Or is it 4?
I think you said 4 SmackDowns and 3 Raws.
Okay, so whatever. But
7.
We're on the road to WrestleMania 17. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, and until next time,
Stay safe and stay not burping.
Yeah, for real.